And we are back with a second episode of Quarter Century Bonanza. This time I left the seal on just so y'all know we're legit. I just got done editing and uploading the first opening. I went through all of the sleeved cards and put like the TCG market values on there for anybody that was interested in knowing what the value of the cards were. And after adding it all up, dude, it was like the box really paid for itself. Not that, like I said, not that I'm gonna sell any of these cards. I actually really like this set, and I think I'm gonna probably start a Quarter Century Bonanza binder. But it's good to know sometimes that some of the stuff you're pulling is not just like viewed as absolutely worthless to everybody. Like just kind of knowing that like some people view the stuff in here as kind of valuable is it's kind of nice, and you feel like it makes you feel like you're wasting your money a bit less. But I'm super excited, man. That first box was awesome. I had a really good time opening it. The quality control has been pretty good on these. I think throughout that entire first box, I only noticed one like error, and it was like that one print line that was across one of the cards like that. But otherwise, all the cards were in really great condition. Okay, this is why I feel very comfortable opening cards with scissors like I do, because the first thing I do is I will shuffle the cards down into the bottom, and I will flex the top of the pack so you can see there's definitely no cards in there. So I have like an inch of clearance. I haven't gotten any comments or anything like lambasting me about using scissors, but I know that one is probably coming. Alrighty. We still have no fucking idea what we're doing whenever it comes to opening these in a way where the rares or the best pull is last, so let me just go off camera for you all and do that. Probably already spoiled it, but we tried our best. Starting off with another Allure of Darkness. I believe this is in a super rare. I should know these a little bit better by now. After going on TCG Player to find out all of the cards for that opening the other night, I feel like I kind of have a better grasp on what I'm looking at. Like this would be a secret rare, correct? I believe so. Also a really nice card. We pulled this in another rarity in the last set. Let's see, we got... Oh, wow, dude. Let's see if I can focus that a little better. This is another one of those embossed cards. I think this was Prismatic Ultimate Rare, if I remember correctly. Wow, and this was one of the cards that I was really like sucking off in the last video just for having really beautiful art. And like I said, I really like this embossed texture that this Prismatic Ultimate Rare card has got. Damn, I really like that. Whoops. Spoiler alert. We have got, oh, Crystal Shark in that same rarity. That's really cool. I wonder how many of these are in this set. I know this is a massive fucking set. Sorry, I'm spoiling like crazy. I know this is a massive set. I think there's like 900 cards in here or something. Insane. And Dragon Ravine. Wow. That's a really pretty card. Reminds me of my days playing Spyro on the PlayStation 1. I actually just went back maybe like a year or two ago and replayed that Reignited trilogy, and it was cool kind of revisiting the levels. They replicated them very accurately, but I gotta say, man, the updated graphics did not have nearly the same charm as the polygonal blocky PS1 graphics. I went back and played the PS1 version on emulator, and I had a significantly better time than I did with the remake. That's a whole conversation we had in itself. The whole everything being remade and remastered nowadays instead of original stuff being made. But that's not relevant to card games, so let's not get into that. God damn it, I keep spoiling these. Dude, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this shit. I'll learn. I'll be better, I promise. Solomon Great Circle and super rare. Also a really pretty card. Mermail Abystius in Prismatic Collector? Collector's rare? I think. Pretty good looking card too. Ancient Gear Ballista in ultra rare. I think we might have pulled one of these in the last set too. Good looking card. We got Dark Charmer, Gloomy, in Platinum Secret Rare. Very nice. And Ultimate Offering. Good lord, dude. This card art is sick. Look at the anatomy on this dude. Look at the back muscles and everything. Wow. That is a really great looking card. I think that is in Platinum Secret Rare. Once again, lads and lasses, we are hoping and praying here for a quarter century secret rare Blue Eyes, a quarter century secret rare Dark Magician Girl. There's 3 of them, I think. Or a quarter century Jinzo. Those are like my 3 big chases in these cards. I'd be happy if I pulled any of those. We already did pull a Blue Eyes, but in Platinum. It would be sick to be able to pull it in quarter century. Here, you know what? I'm gonna do this off camera first and flip this to the fucking back so that I don't spoil these for you over and over. Sorry, I'm really fucking bad about this shit. Zoom out just a little bit. Got Nemesis Flag. And super rare. Triple Tactics Thrust in Ultra. Ma Dolce Salon, or Salon, probably Salon. Always a big fan of the cute girl cards. We love it. I actually may have this card from another set. I'm not totally sure. We've got Schuberta, the Melodious Maestra, in Secret Rare, I believe. Sorry if you're getting annoyed at me, like, constantly talking about, or constantly saying which rarity of the cards these are, but I'm trying to nail them in my brain. I'm trying to remember them. And oh my gosh, dude. Mausoleum of the Emperor. This is a really pretty card too. Sometimes like the well-drawn environment cards are just as good as the cards with character art on them. Sorry if I'm a little bit out of focus. I'm trying to focus a little better. I think it's really hard for the camera to focus on this kind of hollow foil, especially whenever it dominates the majority of the card. Really good looking card though. Dear God in heaven, please help us pull a quarter century secret rare. And please let it be a Dark Magician Girl, a Blue Eyes White Dragon, or a Jinzo. I would be so appreciative. Alrighty, we've got Allure of Darkness. You gotta get some quick prayer in there every once in a while when you can. Can't hurt. Oh, Rivalry of Warlords, our baby. You know what? Honestly, I am pretty happy about this because I don't think I have it in this rarity. I don't think I have it in secret rare yet. And like I said from my last video, even though this was like a $5 card, I think it's still one of my favorite cards just in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. So I'd be really interested in collecting all of the different versions of it possibly, especially because I think it's so cheap, which is really awesome for me. Yeah, I love that. Definitely have to make like a binder page of just this card. Got Sinnet Mining in Ultra Rare. I think we pulled that in a secret rare last time, maybe? Possibly a platinum. Good looking card. Let's see, I'm gonna pull this first, because it looks like whatever's behind that may be a little more interesting. We got Nemesis Corridor in Ultra. Also a good looking card. Like a mecha bird, Gundam wing going on a little bit. And then what was this last one? Holy shit. Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys, I believe. Wow, man. Sorry, I really hope that this camera is focusing well. It's kind of hard to see because I'm trying to focus on the actual card itself and not my phone. Wow, that's really pretty. This reminds me of some of like the kind of ancient dragons from the older sets, like Raw and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't know much about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I know kind of like some baseline stuff. That is a really pretty card. I'm really happy about that. Let's see, I'll whoops, zoom out a little bit. Gotta keep this desk a little more tidy. Sorry if in that last video with my fucking sweaty ass hands you saw like, you know, dog hair or stuff getting stuck to my hands. If you're the kind of person with a brain like me, that kind of stuff like very easily distracts you from the actual stuff you're supposed to be focusing on. So I apologize about that. I know it's not very glamorous to watch a person with sweaty hands deal with cards, but like I said, I don't really have anybody else to share this with, so fuck it, you know, what do I have to lose by showing some cards off? We've got Ostinato. This is really beautiful, dude. I really, really like this card. Look at this. Wow, dude. Riff. It is beautiful. Really good looking card. Oh, whoops. I really like that. Let's see, we have got another area, the Water Charmer. I believe we have this already in Ultra. Either that or definitely at least Super. I also, like I said before, really like the holofoil on her hair. That grass looks greener. If you watched the last video, you know this is not my favorite card, and I got a lot of them from just all sorts of packs and random stuff that I've opened, and I don't know, this card art is just disturbing, not in a cool way, just like in a goddamn everything on this card is just ugly. That can be cool sometimes, but I don't know. I think it's also the fact that I pulled so many of these that I'm kind of just getting tired of seeing his ass. Got a Thunder Dragon Dark in Ultra. Let me get back a little closer for y'all. Thunder Dragon Dark. 4 looks really nice on him. And whoa, wow. Sky Striker, Mobilize, Link guy? Damn, dude, good lord, this is a really beautiful card. Look at how much the holofoil interacts with characters. You can see it on their faces, in their eyes, on their shirt, accenting all the lines. I mean, like, that's just really nice. It's like a lot of really cool attention to detail. You can even see it on her boots. That is really, really good looking card. Especially like, sorry, I keep fucking zooming in when I mean to zoom out. Especially on this green background. Oh, this works really well. Really beautiful card. I'd be really interested in collecting all the Sky Striker stuff. It reminds me of fuck, what was that anime called? Strike Witches, maybe? I think it's like an early 2000s series. I don't even know if I've watched all of it, but it just looks very similar in subject matter. Oh, I want to try my best to stay on topic. I don't, I'm not one of those people that, I don't think I have ADHD or anything like that, but I know I was just rambling through a lot of topics on my first video, and not really getting to the end of any of them. Oh, look at that. Speak of the Devil, another Sky Striker. But I really want to try and stay on topic for some things and kind of speak my piece about them, at least how I feel about, certain topics. I got some kind of fucking white spots on here. I don't know even what these are. I'm trying to get them off. I don't want to get them on the cards. But one thing that I really wanted to talk about was grading. I'll try my best to talk about grading and go through the cards and appreciate them at the same time. Clockwork Knight, and this is higher rarity than we pulled it in last time. That's really pretty. So yeah, what I wanted to talk about with grading is that I think it's a really interesting process. Like, I think it's really fun for people to send cards off to get kind of permanently encased for, oh my gosh, lo and behold, my favorite fucking card in Prismatic Ultimate. That's funny, dude. Well, honestly, it would be very easy to make a fucking master set of this card right now. Maybe I'll put that up on fucking eBay. Who knows? I have so many of these cards. But with there's a lot of problems that I think I have with grading. Like, there's a lot of, like, I don't know if I necessarily want to say ethical problems. I mean, maybe, but there's just a lot of potential problems that I see with grading that I don't know if it's for me or not at this point. The main thing, or at least one of the, holy shit, what a good looking card. That rainbow works really well with this Platinum Secret Rare. One of the main problems that I see with the grading, especially with companies like PSA, where you're really fucking spending a lot of money to get your cards graded by them, especially if you're sending off stuff that's really valuable, is that it is a very subjective process. And I think there's some people out there who grade their cards that like that they like the human element to having cards graded. The problem is, it's like, how many people work at PSA grading cards? How many of those people are like just genuinely super nice people, and they're like, oh, I'd let this tiny bit of whitening pass as a 9, or like I would. And there's probably other people who are like absolute Nazis about their job, and there's like probably very little in between, maybe. Sorry, I'm trying to shuffle these cards up. I probably did that on camera and spoiled them anyway. But it's like, it would be, I've seen a lot of PSA returns. I watch them a lot of times on YouTube just to kind of see like what to expect with the whole process. And there's a lot of times where I see people get their cards back, and I completely agree with the person that, like, that card definitely deserved a higher grade than it got, or that card definitely did not deserve that high of a grade. And that's a real problem because of the subjectivity of grading. How, like, two people can look at the same card, and one person can see like extremely minor edge wear and say, we can still let this slide as a 10, and other people will see like super minor edge wear and be like, that's an 8. It's like, that is a huge fucking difference. This is a really beautiful card. And Ultra too. Red Eyes Insight, very cool. I'm not trying to do a fucking ASMR voice or anything like that either. I live in a fucking apartment complex, and it's 12:48 in the morning, so I'm trying to be respectful to my neighbors and my sleeping roommates. I'm not trying to be Mr. Sexy Man over here opening Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh man, we got Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernus. And see, honestly, that is one of the things that I think that tag. Like, I'm not fucking sponsored. I'm some dumbass, just opening fucking packs that I paid full price for. Genix Elibird, man, that is a really pretty card in Platinum. I don't think we pulled any Quarter Century yet. Hopefully we still get some. It's an interesting looking card, though. But that's where I kind of see tag being kind of like a solution to that problem. Do not get it twisted. I am an absolute fucking certified AI hater. Seeing like I said, I've been drawing since I was a little kid. I really love the whole process of illustration. I really love the whole process of getting into FL Studio and making something with, Omnisphere and some fucking drum kits that you found on Reddit. I really just like enjoy the creative process, and seeing that kind of be automated by AI has been like, I don't know, I want to say like kind of disenfranchising to me when it comes to life in general. How it feels like the value of creative pursuits have kind of gone down the toilet with the advent of AI. But I will even be like, I don't mind admitting, yay, another grass is greener. That's what I'm fucking talking about, boys. Our favorite card. This and Swap Frog, if we can just make a whole binder. I will be the first to admit that there are situations that I could see AI being beneficial, actually, and being an impartial mediator, especially whenever it comes to the process of grading gaming cards, trading cards. This is a really nice looking ultra rare. I don't know if we have this one or not. I know we pulled a few Tempest in the other box. Still a good looking card though. But if this entire process was, automated, and one of the things that I've seen them do is like that multi-layer scanning process. I don't know if I don't think it's like X-ray or something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. But that is like a very subjective way to look at cards. Like, everybody can look at that, scan of the card and agree that, like, yeah, there's virtually no damage to this, or yeah, there's heavy damage to this. And also something that I've noticed with tag is that it seems like they're like not fucking Nazis about the grading process. Like, there's a lot of times where I see cards from like first edition base set that people send in. Why am I sleeving this right now, dude? This is what happens whenever I do two things at once. I start doing dumb shit. I'll sleeve those later. There was nothing in particular about that card that I needed to sleeve it for. Oh god, don't let me lose my train of thought here. But with grading with tag, like, it just takes the subjectivity out of grading, and everybody can kind of agree with what this program that looks at all cards is saying. Oh yeah, like I was saying, it seems like it's a little bit more forgiving with people, that like there will be cards from really old sets that it's like, dude, you can't expect for this card that is fucking 30 or 40 years old to have literally no fucking flaws whatsoever at all. Like, even like the tiniest, nick on the hollow foil or something like that. Like, and that will get the card like massively deducted in grade. It's like, I don't really, but it seems like with tag, they don't really do that as much. It seems like they're a lot lighter with the process and with the grading. That's really cool. And the Prismatic Ultimate, I think. We pulled a few of these cards too, and we can probably, I don't know, maybe complete like a master set of them too. Let's see. We've got Solomon Great Circle. But the main reason why I would want to get cards graded is not because, I may have mentioned this in the previous card opening, is not because, I foresee them skyrocketing in value. Another one of these? I think we just pulled this card a second ago. is not because I foresee them skyrocketing in value, but because I think it's a nice way to preserve the status and the condition of your card. And I think some of the slabs look beautiful. For tag in particular. I think I talked about that a little bit in one of my last videos. But I just think that tag slabs, the fact that they're completely fully transparent and they don't have any of those, like, they don't have any, like, piece of paper kind of blocking any of the whole slab, makes them a lot more aesthetically pleasing to me. The main problem is that tag doesn't do anything Yu-Gi-Oh right now. But I think they're also cheaper than PSA is right now. But yeah, man, it would just be like, man, I watched this video a while ago that was fucking soul crushing to watch. I don't remember if he was a Pokemon dude on YouTube or if he was a Yu-Gi-Oh dude. But I think he lived in Australia or something, and he'd sent this submission into PSA, and there was a bunch of cards that he had opened fresh from a promo cellophane. Like, they were brand new, literally not a fucking thing wrong with them. And he had sent those in to be graded. And when I tell you, man, this man pulled 8 after 8 after 8 after 8. And if you don't know anything about grading cards, this is a really fucking nice illustration, by the way. Really nice perspective on this fucking weapon that he's holding. If you don't know anything about grading cards, the difference between a PSA 10 and a PSA 9 can be hundreds or thousands of dollars. The difference between a PSA 9 and a PSA 8 can be hundreds of dollars, or, like, you know, half of its value. So, like, the amount of people looking for PSA 8 grades of stuff, I think, is pretty low. And like I said, if you're not, you know, reselling your cards and everything, you get a PSA 8 and you're fine with that. It's like, whatever. But if you really like if I pulled one of these cards from this pack right now and I sent it directly in, and assuming that there was no damage to it in transit, I would expect this card to be a PSA 10. And there's, like, a non-zero likelihood that this would not. And I know that there's, like, things like centering. Like, I'm not saying, like, you know, a problem with centering. I'm just talking about strictly the condition of the card. But I just see plenty of times where people send stuff in and it's like, that to me deserved a higher grade, or that did not deserve the grade that it got. And that would be very frustrating, especially for that dude from Australia who had to wait months for his cards to arrive to PSA, wait months for them to get graded and sent back to him. And when they finally arrive, and he probably spent hundreds of dollars, and maybe $1,000 getting those graded, just for those cards to maybe be, like, worth their market value, or worth more if he cracked them and sold them raw. It's like, that fucking sucks, dude. If something like that happened to me, I would never send cards off to get graded again. That's a pretty fucking sick card. See, this is what humanity and AI could be if you all didn't use it to fucking replace artists and musicians and creatives and and everything else, man. Certified AI hater over here, man. But for subjective processes that are not necessarily creative, they're not replacing humans. I mean, I guess, you know, they're replacing human graders, but... well, I don't think they're necessarily doing that because, like I said, there's always going to be people out there who value humans grading their stuff. But for people who want a more objective look at their cards, and I think that, like, I don't know, I think people, it would just be easier to agree on a process that is that much more objective than a process of, like, what PSA does. I'm just gonna fucking open these regular. I'm not even gonna swap these around right now. We're already at 30 minutes. Another Crash Bandicoot Island. Let's go. We've got, oh, nice. Oh, shit. That's what I'm fucking talking about. First quarter century secret rare, the fucking box. Heat Wave. Really cool dinosaur card. Nice, dude. I can't believe we pulled this many cards and haven't hit a secret rare yet. Or not secret rare, quarter century. That's awesome, man. Really good looking card. Look at, I mean, just look at all those fucking light reflections going on with that. It's just crazy. Very beautiful looking card. Something that I think trading cards should do if they, I mean, I think I've seen these before, but only in like gift shops and stuff. That people should do more like 3D holograms on cards. That would be so fucking cool to implement. Oh, yo. Holy shit. This isn't the quarter century, but this is the platinum secret rare. Dude, oh my gosh. This is also like a card from a really old set that has been reprinted in this new rarity, I believe. God, dude, I really, really love the art on this card. That is really, really good looking. I love this. Super fucking stoked on that. That's my fucking, for this box opening right now, that was my Blue Eyes White Dragon of the last box. That's awesome looking. We've got Yusir, the Orcust Mech Knight in Prismatic Ultimate. I'm getting better, guys. Now, imagine how fucking stupid that I'm gonna feel whenever I end up being wrong about what rarity this is right now. I spent a lot of time on TCG Player, though, looking up all these cards to make sure that I was right about what rarity and stuff they are, so hopefully I'm not a fucking idiot and I'm not wrong about all of these. But we'll see. There's always the possibility. And our fucking boy, Swap Frog. Let's go, man. Everybody loves Swap Frog. And this is a Prismatic Collector's Rare, I believe. Because it has that texturing on it. It's very, very subtle on the background of this card, but you can see it on the borders really easily. That's what I'm saying, dude. When you're looking stuff like this up, the difference between some of these cards, I know that this is a different rarity, but there's other prismatic collector's rares. Look at the difference in the texture of the background. Look how much more textured this is than this is. You can't even see. Yeah, you can barely see if I hit it with the light at a certain angle. But you know, if this wasn't the embossed version of this and everything, those would be, these would technically be the same rarity of cards. And so it's very hard to see from a single very low res photo online which version of a card that you have as a newcomer. You really have to like do your research really hard, especially with like the serial numbers of the cards and things like that. But I think I'm getting the hang of it, like I said. Especially just at least with this set, I'm kind of getting a feel of which rarities are which. Alrighty, let's try and swap this around a little bit. I'm trying to swap this around off camera and not spoil it for myself too, so it's kind of difficult. Agent Gear Ballista. I believe we have multiple copies of this card at this point. Let's see. We have got, oh, that's a pretty cute card. 1-for-1. See, this is a lot more like fucking Pokemon or Digimon maybe. That's a pretty cute card though. That is a secret rare, correct? Let me know in the comments, guys. Boost my engagement. I'm just fucking joking. I don't care if anybody subscribes. I don't really care if anybody likes. I really just kind of, like I said, wanted to upload these because nobody that I know in real life cares about this shit. And because, like, sometimes finding, you know, openings of specific cards can be hard to find online. And you kind of want to know generally, like, what potential cards that might be pulling from a set and if you're interested in it or not. And, you know, I kind of just wanted to make this as a resource for other people and as just like a fun thing to do for myself. Thunder Dragon Colossus. There's so much shit that I need to be doing right now in my actual life, but this is, oh my gosh. Holy fucking shit, dude, we're going off with the fucking platinums. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Good lord, yo, first Dark Magician Girl of these quarter century boxes. Good lord. The queen herself. Gosh, dude. I love that they put the holofoil on her actual dress and stuff too. That looks really good. And her hat. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Dude, oh my god, tell me why I didn't even fucking notice that she was sitting on a dragon till now. The captivating power of a beautiful woman, I will tell you what. Oh my gosh. What an amazing card. That is awesome, man. I will replace what I said earlier about that morphing jar or whatever that was. This is now my blue eyes of this box so far. God, that is an awesome card. Really hyped on that. Oh man. What else did I want to talk about? I did kind of want to talk about the state of scalping nowadays. And maybe why you should consider trying out Yu-Gi-Oh! For the first time if you've never gotten into it. At least just like if you're a person that enjoys opening packs and looking at pretty cards. Because it is significantly cheaper, and like I said this in my last video, it is significantly cheaper and much more available to find online and in stores, and not for fucking scalper prices. Like if you are buying these sets around release, you will almost always be paying exactly MSRP for them. And if you're buying sets like maybe 6 months, a year or two after their release, at least in my experience recently, you will find them for like $20, $30, $40 off when you buy them as booster boxes like this. I don't ever recommend that people buy booster packs. Like, I would never buy one of these on eBay individually, just because like there are obviously people in this hobby who've been doing this for a lot longer than me and a lot longer than other people, and they have no, ethics. They don't really care about what kind of stuff that people are pulling, or if they're going to pull a pack with all commons. And people be weighing packs and stuff like that. So I would never buy individual packs of cards, but buying booster boxes, or buying I always say this, almost in everything that you can buy it in bulk if you can. Especially if you can find like a place that does 10, 15, 20% discounts. Wow, that's a really beautiful looking card. Use those coupons to your advantage. If you can find a store with a 25% coupon, and I know this is going to sound kind of hefty, but if you buy 4 booster boxes and use that 25% coupon, you've essentially bought a 5th one for free. You get a 5th one for free for doing that. So if you're like me and you opening a lot of cards but not going to the store and buying $5 and $5 and $5 a pack, that shit adds up. Try your best to buy in bulk, even though it can be expensive. It's really worth it to save up your money and buy stuff all at once, and then just have a lot of stuff for yourself to open and just be patient with it. At least I found that's worked for me. But like I said, I still haven't even been back into the trading card scene for that long. Maybe only the past few months. Let's see, and we got a Gateway of the 6. This is a really, really beautiful looking Platinum Secret Rare. I really like, sorry. I really like all of these cards that have, clearly holograms in them or things like that, and then they use the holofoil pattern on them. It just looks so good. It's a very convincing sell of what this is supposed to be, a magical teleporter or something like that. It just looks awesome. I really like that. I know some people are probably watching this and being like, dude, get the fuck on with it, come on, that card is worth 10 cents, man, and you're talking about it for a minute. I'm sorry. It's it kills me, man, whenever I'm watching some of these bigger YouTubers. And it's not that they have the money to do this, it's really more so that it just kills me inside, for their time, when they, you know, I've watched, God, I'm not going to remember what this guy's name is, but he's like one of the most popular Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers when it comes to like opening packs and collecting cards. I can't remember exactly what his name is, but I'm sure most people know who I'd be talking about. I can't even remember what his name is though. But he seems like a fine guy and everything, but it's just not really my kind of content of like the super hyper energetic, you know, like super rapid opening stuff. Like this is what I watched one of his videos a little bit ago, and holy shit, Cyber Valley and Platinum, that is beautiful. Where he went through and he opened like, I don't even know, man, like hundreds of these booster boxes trying to complete a master set of this. And, you know, I guess I understand, you know, like it takes me an hour to open up one of these and really appreciate every single one of these cards and look over their artwork and everything. So, like, I understand, like, you got a time limit and stuff like that. But it's like, oh my gosh, watching somebody go through one of these in like 3 minutes is like, holy fucking shit, that was $150. That was another $150. That was another $150. It's like, damn, like, some people really just got fucking money like that to spend. That's crazy. The only reason I'm being kind of ignorant with my money and buying all 4 of these booster boxes is because tax returns just hit, baby. And I'm a single man. What the fuck else am I gonna... I mean, obviously I'm a single man. I'm opening up Yu-Gi-Oh cards on a YouTube channel right now. What, do you think I was gonna have a girlfriend or something like that? No, I don't got any girlfriend to spend any money on, so... Tax returns hit. It's like, fuck it, man. Let's open some fucking cards. See what's up with Deep Sea Diva. It's a really pretty card. Secret rare. Zoom in on her. Very pretty. I like how her scales kind of fade into a gradient. I like it in the white on here. Looks very nice. Very cool, the kind of stuff that digital artists can do nowadays. Like with blending and gradients and stuff like that. I will tell you one thing, as somebody who does a lot of like illustration, is that like traditional illustration skills, like drawing on paper with a pencil, do not translate 100% to a digital medium. Like, it's almost like having to learn how to ride a bike again. It's almost like learning how to draw again from baseline almost whenever it comes to digital art. It's really difficult. But whenever people really master it, I mean, man, they can do amazing things with it. Alrighty, let's see. Got an Atlantean Dragoons in Ultra. Really great. Like, I mean, I know that's not really what's meant to be appreciated here, but I really just love the very simple holofoil in the background. This is what I'm talking about earlier with those cards with very, very minor backgrounds. Like, the background is not the focus. But I appreciate that. I appreciate those, like, background aspects of this being so blank. But the holofoil just gets the shine on it. Looks great. We have got 1-for-1. That is in a ultra rare. Kind of hard to see the... It's interesting how on some of the cards, like, it's very apparent to see the holographic properties of the card. And on other ones, kind of like this one, it's like you really got to kind of hit it at specific angles to show off how holographic it is. Like, look at the difference in radiance between these two. Those are both holographic. These are both ultra rares, but like you see 2 photos of these online, and it's like you can clearly tell this one on the left is holographic. This one on the right, not so much. And so, like, for a new person trying to learn what they're pulling and like what it is, it's very difficult just relying on photos on the internet. But I think, like I said, I think I'm getting a hang of it. I think I'm starting to learn what these are. Got another Ghost Girl, Ghost Reaper, and Winter Cherries. I think we pulled a few versions of her in the last box. I don't know if we have this one already or not. I think it's the lowest rarity one that you can pull, but it'd be cool to have a complete set of her. Got a Girsu, the Orchest Mech Knight, in Secret Rare as well. I know there's 900 cards in the set, but I'm seeing a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but like a pretty decent amount of repeats from the last box in this one too. Hopefully we won't see a mass amount of those. And a Dog Bribe in Platinum. What are these two scoundrels up to? This guy's up to no good for sure. I don't know how many packs we got left. Probably around 9, I would assume. Let's see, I'll zoom out just a tiny bit so you can see kind of like the full card. Let me flip these around real quick. I still don't even know if I'm like flipping the correct rarity to the back or not. I just kind of think that that's probably the most rare or valuable card, just by looking at like the edges and the borders and everything. But I don't know, maybe I'm putting the least expensive card to the back and showing the most rare thing at the beginning. I have no fucking idea. Another super rare. Pulled this card earlier in maybe Platinum? Or maybe Secret Rare? Kind of looks like he's taking a shit if you're looking like just kind of quick here. Kind of is that an animal? Yeah, I think that's a fucking gerbil or something. But yeah, just from like a quick view, it kind of looked like he was taking a shit and there was like, you know, those are like the action lines going out from it. Sorry, but that is what my subconscious mind read that as. Bird taking a shit. Fire King Island, Crash Bandicoot Island, let's go. I think we got many copies of this card. This is also a very common card in this set. We got a Snake Eyes Flamberge Dragon in Secret Rare. This looks really cool because it kind of looks like he has like energy pulsing through him with this holographic foil on him. That's really cool looking. And the final card is a Debris Dragon. That's actually a really nice looking card. Wow, I really like this card. It's a cool kind of like a hammerhead shark design a little bit. That's really nice. I like that, it looks cool. Trying to think of some more interesting topics if I'm running out this quick. It's gonna be rough on the last 2 box openings. I'm just gonna be fucking silent on all of them, or just saying nice card, nice card, nice card. Hopefully y'all aren't too bored listening to me ramble. What kind of other stuff are y'all into? I'm into all sorts of nerdy shit. I clearly like, you know, anime and reading manga. I'm really big into collecting manga. Got a lot of series. I think the most recent thing that I finished reading was Goodnight Pun Pun. Pretty motherfucking soul-crushing series, not gonna lie. I think the last thing I read before that was Girl's Last Tour, which was really good. The artist draws really, really amazing backgrounds. Very similar to like Tsutomu Nihei kind of, where it's just like the backgrounds are just as much of a character in the story as the characters are. This is a cool card. I don't think we pulled this yet. Fabled Lurry and Ultra Rare. We got another Deep Sea Diva. This one in Super Rare. Another Ostinato. And Secret? No, yeah, Secret Rare. Saw the card behind it. I thought it was Platinum for a second. Very pretty looking card. It's kind of hard to see that little, the girl in the middle. And for the final card, we've got Shurit, Strategist of the Necros. Young man with a blade on him. Oh, goddamn, I didn't even realize this is a quarter-century secret rare. Cool, dude. I think that might be our second one of the set, which is honestly pretty low pull rates. I think we pulled like 6 from the last box, maybe? Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera to focus on this better. It's kind of hard with that specific rarity. Cool looking card. Come on, quarter-century secret rare Blue Eyes. But yeah, like I said in the last video, I'm also really big into building plastic models. I built all kinds. Dude, my backlog is fucking ridiculous. I'm kind of just waiting to retire at this point because my life is so fucking busy. I don't really have time to build model kits and have like all that space in my room being taken up at once. If you've built model kits, you know how much fucking space they actually require to take or to build and display. They're super fun. I really love the whole process. Dude, I'm telling you, go out and buy your first, go out and buy an entry grade Gundam model. They're like maybe $10. And you will have so much fun. And you will more than likely buy a lot of Gundam after that. The mechanical engineering on some of those, especially whenever you start getting into like real and perfect grade, are just incredibly insane. Like the amount of mechanical engineering that has gone into this fucking part that is like the size of your finger is just fascinating. Especially if you're just into mecha and stuff. But it's funny, I actually started building Gundam before I ever watched any of it. Oh shit. Pot of Avarice? Dude, that's dope. I don't know if there is a Pot of Greed QCR in this set, but that would be really fucking dope. That's definitely like one of the most iconic cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Definitely one of the card arts that I remember from my childhood seeing and just being like, that's a fucking cool looking card. I'd also like to obviously get like a full Exodia set one day in first edition. Would be fucking crazy. Yeah, like I said, I kind of missed out on Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid because, you know, my parents were not big into the, you know, dark ritualistic monster aspect of it. But no, me and my parents are tight now. I love them. Got a super rare Redox. Got a Punishment Dragon in secret rare. The background and sky on this just look really good too, especially in that rarity. We have got another Galatea, the Orchest Automaton. I think we pulled her in the last card set. A lot of these girls have just big ass sides. I always love the dynamic of like small girl and massive fucking weapon. It makes no sense logically, but it's just like rule of cool over everything. I'm always about that. That's always dope. Got another Neptibus, the Atlantean Prince. I think we've pulled a couple of these in different rarities maybe. And lastly, a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. Kind of difficult to see that card, or like what exactly the artwork is. I think it's a, you know, bird like flapping its wings outward that way. But he takes up so little of the card, it's kind of hard to see. Still a good looking card though. Platinum. Secret rare, I believe. What are we down to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs, I think. We're running low, baby. We're at 54 minutes right now. It's pretty fucking long. I don't know if I've gone I don't know if I've gone through these any slower or faster than the last video. Hopefully I can think of some more interesting stuff to talk about before the end of the video. Totally awesome, dude. I think we pulled this in the last set in Ultra, I believe. Once again, nice background. We've got Nemesis Flag in Secret Rare. Whoa, holy shit. That is not what I just intended to do. I did not realize that my camera could fucking zoom in that close. Goodness gracious, you wanna see the fucking condition of this card at an atomic level? Not what I meant to do. Just wanted to zoom in a little closer. We've got, holy shit, this happened in the last box too. You get 2 cards of differing rarities back to back with each other. These may not have been back to back originally in the pack. I may have shuffled them around to be that way, but that's interesting. Got another Win of the Wind Charmer Verdant and Ultra. And lastly, whoa. Oh, yo. Another fucking massive hit, boys. Quarter Century Secret Rare, Cyberstein. And just to let you all know, whenever I say like, oh nice, massive hit, like I don't mean monetarily, I mean like I fuck it with this card. Look at this dude. He's got a fucking massive ammo belt around him. He's got a cybernetic fucking hologram arm. A fucking junkyard dog collar on his wrist. This dude does not look like somebody that I would want to fuck with, you know what I'm saying? And he's in Quarter Century Secret Rare. That is awesome. Really like that card too. Cyberstein. I don't know if it's Cyberstein or Cyberstein. Let's see. I've heard that the online Yu-Gi-Oh game is pretty good. The OCG, I think is what it's called, or at least the acronym for it, online card game. Like I said, I've still never learned how to play myself. I've also heard that there's different formats that you can play. Like I've heard that there's like a format called Edison, I think. I think honestly that's probably the only format that I've heard of that I could recall off the top of my head. But I think I've heard that that's like a more beginner or casual friendly kind of meta in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think a lot more people enjoy playing that, which may be, you know, totally worth learning and getting into. I know it's not like, you know, fucking rocket science to learn, but when you don't have anybody nearby to play with, it's like, you know, not really super high up on your list of priorities to learn a new trading card game. Let's see, we got Tidal, Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls. It's a pretty dope looking card too. I don't know if we pulled this the last box. Pretty sweet. Following it up with another Danger Bigfoot. I know we have this card in 2 alternate art versions, and I think 2 different rarities as well from that last box. It's cool. Followed by a Yo, man, that's what I'm fucking talking about. It looks like all my QCRs were just at the bottom of the box, maybe. Dude, like I said, I'm trying to collect all these ghost girls, all these ghost sister cards, and this is a fucking QCR of it, of Ghost Reaper and Water Cherries, or Winter Cherries. Get a better view of this card for you. Wow. Really good looking card. I love how all these girls have fucking scythes. It's badass. Very, Sister Frida energy. But yeah, super fucking awesome hole, man. Like, I don't have any idea what the value of it is, but definitely personal collection material right there. That is fucking sick. Love that. And lastly, we have got the Card of Demise in a platinum secret rare. I don't know exactly what's going on here. Is he cutting a fucking deck in half? Is that what's going on here? I can't really tell. Interesting. Oh man. The final three. We're down to the final three, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get some last 3 packs magic here? No promises. We shall see. Can we get a quarter-century secret rare god pack? I don't even know if those exist. I don't think they do. But, hey. It would be pretty cool. Let's see. Shuffling these around. The Nightmare Phoenix. I feel like this is a pretty common card in the set. The, QCR version of this, I think had like a secondary market value of like $11 right now, though. Pretty cool. Nice looking card, though. Like I said, very Moltres-like. We've got a 1-for-1. Can't really tell exactly what's going on in this. Green person with their arms extended. I don't know, I'm gonna have to check that up close later on and see what's going on with that card art. Can't really tell. Another Redox, Dragon Ruler Boulders. We've gotten quite a few of this guy, I think, from both of these boxes. Been a lot of different rarities. Followed by an Armageddon Knight. I think we pulled this ultra rare in the last box as well. Still a good looking card. Very talented artist whoever worked on this. One thing that I really appreciate about Pokemon, and I don't know, I think they've always done this, is that somewhere on the card they will always have credit for the artist who drew it or worked on it, you know, whatever it was. And you know, as somebody who works in illustration, or not works in illustration, I don't do it as a job, but as somebody who does illustration, I really appreciate that like you're giving people credit who created it. Holy shit, another quarter-century secret rare. What the fuck is going on with this man, bro? Did somebody pull my man's head off? Is that his spinal cord? The flute? Oh, the flute of summoning dragon. Whoops. Thought this was a beheaded dragon. I mean, it may still be. In QCR, bro. Beautiful. Like I said, I guess all my QCRs were really just at the bottom of the box with this one. Not a bad looking card at all, though. Pretty cool. I don't know what QCR that is in terms of like how many we pulled in this. Maybe like 4th or 5th, possibly. Not really sure. Let's see, make sure we're not chopping in anything. Slices through Blue Eyes White Dragon quarter-century secret rare. I know you all don't trust me with the scissors, man, but I promise I can be trusted. Alrighty. We've got a polymerization. Believe we pulled this in Ultra in the last set, in the last box. Cool card. And I believe that was also the alt art version of that. We got an Area the Water Charmer Gentle in Prismatic Collector's Rare. Kind of cool. It's got all the texturing on her except for her skin. It's all over her dress and her hair. It's kind of cool. Oh, wow. Damn, bro. That is a really great looking card. Arch Nemesis Protos. Big ass bulky arms. This dude lifts. This dude lifts planets, probably. And all the fucking, I think it's like lightning striking in the background. That's an awesome illustration, dude. Very fucking cool card. Clockwork Knight in Platinum. This was actually like, I think this was one of the cards that was like worth $1 or $2 in the last set that we pulled. And that was in a way lower rarity. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was like maybe $3. Who knows? I don't like looking at cards that way for the most part, but it's still always interesting to see, like, you know, what people view as like the rare chase cards and what people view as like, you know, common bulk, I guess. And we got a Dark Magician of Chaos. Holy shit, nice. In Platinum, I believe, right? Yeah. Really cool looking card. I've always liked the purple armor of the, you know, Dark Magicians. So it was just like a cool, interesting color choice for armor. Really good looking card though. Really nice. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Is our time about to come to an end? For now, at least. I think it is. Hold up. Gotta give it a smooch, man. You gotta give some love to the pack, man. You can't expect love from the box and not give some love to the box, you know what I'm saying? We'll see if it works out. See if it's now worth kissing the pack every single time from now on. Starting off with a branded opening. In super rare. Looks like there might be a tiny little bit of maybe silvering or just like a little bit of edge wear you can kind of see right there. But overall, like I said, the quality control on these boxes have been really good. You know, I normally see with like Japanese versus American releases that the Japanese cards are normally in way more consistently good condition upon release. And with like American distributors or like just the people who print the cards and ship them out and stuff, like it seems like they're way more rough with them. You know, like people, or that like the printing is like, you know, incredibly off-centered or something like that. I don't see that in Yu-Gi-Oh! Too often though. It's not really a problem that I see. Normally whenever I open a pack fresh card, it's in what I would consider to be in a pristine, you know, PSA 10 condition. But I also don't know jack shit about grading cards, so what the fuck do I know? Return of Dragon Lords in an ultra rare. Kind of difficult to see that one with the light reflection. Really sick looking though. Dude bowing down to some kind of dragon. What's going on with them? Is he pledging his allegiance, man? Hopefully it's a wise and good dragon. We have got a quarter-century secret rare Neptivus, the Atlantean Prince. Very nice. Never bad ending off the last pack with a QCR, dude. Man, that QCR holofoil. It doesn't get old for me. I just really love just playing with the reflections and watching the prisms move. That was awesome. Good looking card, man. Nice to pull in the last pack. And to end our session together, Dark Paladin. Nice. Definitely looks like he part of the Dark Magician squad. He definitely gets a pass from me. And in Platinum Secret Rare as well. That is awesome, man. Without a doubt, we have pulled a lot of cards tonight that I will be adding to my personal collection. I mean, all of these will be going in my personal collection, at least for a little bit. But some of them are going into my permanent personal collection for sure. I'm gonna have to go through and sort all of these and sleeve them as well, but I don't think I'll be doing that in this video, just like last time. We're sitting at a minute 10, or I did that exact same thing last video. I wonder why the fuck my brain does that. We're sitting at an hour 10 right now, and that was just me opening the cards. So I'm not going to spend a bunch of time going through absolutely everything in the set. And something that I've noticed is that I don't really like swiping through the cards really quickly whenever I just open them up, even if they're packed fresh, because I noticed that even on like the super or ultra rares, just swiping through cards, you can scratch the holofoil like mega easy on some certain kinds of cards with certain finishes. So I kind of like to do my sorting and all that stuff after sleeving is done. So I will follow this up with a part 2 the same way that I did with the first video. And we'll go through all the cards that I pulled and what their TCG market value sitting at right now, so y'all can get an idea of how in demand some of these cards are and what people think is cool and what people don't give a fucking shit about and what people wouldn't spend a fucking dime on. I think all these cards are worth more than a dime. But they're worth more than a dime to me emotionally, not monetarily. Still cool to see the value of cards, though. It's just cool to see that some of the interests that you have are viewed by other people as valuable and not, worthless, That's just always kind of cool to see. The double-edged sword of that, though, is that now you get scalpers in every single interesting niche and interest, but that's maybe a topic for next video to talk about. I don't really know exactly what I want to talk about with scalpers, but maybe like the ethics about it and everything. We'll see. But I've been autistically rambling for far too long tonight. Really happy with the pulls that we got. I hope you enjoyed your time with the video, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Later.